everybody, and welcome to Fans Take. I'm Chaz Boulay, joined by my partner, Crystal Nungaray.
It's been an incredible week in the NFL and college ball, and we've got all the highlights for you.
And it's a brand new month, first day of December, but we're going to get you caught up on everything that happened this last weekend, as you said, in both college and pro football. We'll start you off with college and one of the biggest games of the weekend. Auburn played Alabama in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It was a big game, and we're going to start you off here in the first quarter. As you can see, this is a matchup between former Heisman Trophy winner Mark Ingram and current candidate Cam Newton. Mark Ingram here runs this one in from 7 yards out to give Alabama the first score of the game, 7-0. Greg McElroy, Alabama's quarterback, would tack on another touchdown, this time through the air to Julio Jones. The senior wide receiver runs this one in for the touchdown. Alabama now up by 14. Cam Newton in the second quarter would try and respond, down 24-0. Hopes were almost dashed here, but Newton hits his man Emory Blake for the touchdown in the left side of the end zone, makes a nice catch. Auburn now on the board. Cam Newton continues his run through the air as he makes this pass over to the left side, over to Terrell Zachary, who breaks a tackle. He's going to hurdle one more guy for this 50-yard touchdown completion. Auburn now just down by 10. And Cam Newton, his only rushing touchdown of the day, only ran for 39 yards on 22 attempts, brings Auburn to within 3. Now 6-point deficit after a field goal by Alabama. Cam Newton runs right, looks left, and hits his man Philip Lutzenkirchen, the tight end, and Auburn, is now up 28-27. Now all they need to do is stop Alabama on the other side. 3rd and 12 for the Crimson Tide, and Greg McElroy is sacked, and he's thrown down hard. Unfortunately, he would get a concussion on the play, and his backup would have to come in. But without Greg McElroy in, Auburn had the game sealed, as Cam Newton and his Auburn team would beat the Alabama Crimson Tide 28-27. Just some final numbers on the game. Newton, 13 of 20 for 216 yards and 3 touchdowns in the air. Greg McElroy had a big day before he got injured, 27 of 37, 377 yards and 2 touchdowns. His running game only gave him 60 yards, though. I mean, Richardson and Ingram combined. So what can you do? It
was a rough hit.
But other than that, now Auburn has
South Carolina.
South Carolina next week, a very tough opponent, and if they beat them, they're in the BCS title game and possibly could play Oregon, who plays Oregon State this coming weekend. Now, on to the biggest upset of the weekend.
Boise and Nevada.
Boise and Nevada, and this has been talked about everywhere. We're going to get you started late in the fourth quarter as Kellen Moore drops back, throws this long pass to his senior wide receiver, Titus Young, who makes an amazing catch. We're going to look at the replay here as Moore just launches this one as high as he can, as far as he can, trying to make something happen, and he does as Young makes that diving catch. It sets up about a 28-yard field goal. You can see Nevada fans, Nevada's head coach, cannot believe it. And this gives Kyle Bronsman, the WAC's all-time points leader, a chance to win the game for the Broncos. But, oh yeah, he misses it. Poor guy. You'll see his reaction here in a second. He just cannot believe it. End of regulation now, and the Broncos and the Wolfpack of Nevada will have to go into overtime. He actually gets another chance here in the first overtime. This one from a similar distance. Basically, these are extra points, and he pushes this one left, trying to overcompensate probably for that first one that he pushed right. Kellen Moore, you'll see his reaction, just cannot even fathom what's going on here. And now, this gives Nevada a chance, as they're the second team to try and score, to win the game. And this is redshirt freshman kicker Anthony Martinez, who sets up for this 28-yard field goal. And this one's good. And, I mean, just everything erupted. Nevada fans going crazy. Now the Rose Bowl and potentially the BCS title for Boise State out of the question. They will move down some spots, and just heartbreak for Boise fans everywhere.
But you got to root for the underdog.
You do. And, I mean, Nevada came out strong. Kellen Moore was 20 of 31 for 348 yards and 2 touchdowns. Colin Kaepernick threw 35 times for 19 completions, 259 yards and a touchdown. And Kaepernick and Viata, now the college football's all-time leading rushing tandem.
It passed the Pony Express.
Eric Dickerson and Craig James, early to mid-1980s. So some NFL talent there for you. And speaking of NFL,
we've got a lot of big games. The first one I want to talk about, the Atlanta-Green Bay game. We've got Aaron Rodgers and Matt Ryan, 2 incredible young quarterbacks, all tied up 3-3 with 7:40 left to go in the half. Aaron Rodgers is going to try the quarterback sneak at the goal line, but lose the ball trying to do so. So instead of a touchdown, the Packers are looking at a touchback. The Falcons will make the big play, stopping the ball. You can see it comes out right here, and this was a huge stop for Atlanta. And the ball is actually going to bounce off the helmet of a Green Bay Packer right into the end zone. No points there, and you can see Aaron Rodgers might have injured himself on that play. Then on the 14th play of this drive, with just 14 seconds left, all alone in the end zone, Matt Ryan finds Tony Gonzalez, who slams it in through the uprights, and a wonderful 7 points for the Falcons. Then, third quarter, 1st and goal, Aaron Rodgers is going to walk this one into the end zone. We're all tied up 10-10. Michael Turner will have his chance for a victory dance on this next one as he makes a break for the end zone, which what looks like will go all the way, but he's going to be tiptoed out of bounds right here. He'll have another chance on the same drive. On 4th and 1, the Falcons are going to go to Michael Turner again, who will get the 7 points for the Falcons. They are up 17-10. Green Bay will come back and tie the game. With just 56 seconds left, the Falcons drive it down the field, and Matt Bryant will drill this one in 47 yards, giving the Falcons a win. They improved to 9-2, and this is their best season, their best record season since 1998. So well done for them.
And I mean, you know, with all the Michael Vick stuff that happened a couple of years ago, it's good to see them, after they drafted Matt Ryan, kind of finally getting back to the top of the NFL.
Definitely. Another big game, the Chargers-Colts on Sunday night. The San Diego Chargers traveled to Lucas Oil Stadium to play against Peyton Manning and company. It was a big game for the Chargers. They were all set, and it was going to be a tough one. Here we go. Manning finds Jacob Tamme for 7 in the end zone and puts up the Colts with an early 7-0 lead. But here's where the trouble started. Manning's going to drop back, scan the field, but he's going to be picked off by Kevin Burnett, who's going to take it back for 29 yards all the way to the end zone for the touchdown. Manning, obviously frustrated, will take it into the second quarter. Manning, his arm is going to be hit on his next play, and he's going to throw yet another pick, this time to Stephen Cooper, his 16th career interception. That would lead to a Chargers field goal, bringing the score 16-7. Manning frustrated, but is going to have another chance in the red zone. This time he's going to find Blair White, who takes it in for the score to bring the Colts within 2. The Chargers would tack on another field goal to make it 19-14 in favor of San Diego. On the next Colt drive, 3rd and 9, Peyton Manning in the shotgun can't find anybody except for Eric Weddle, who's going to dodge a couple of Colts players on the way to the end zone and take it all the way in for a touchdown. Reggie Wayne can't believe it. Let's look at the play again. We're looking for the flag. Did he hook him left? No, it looks like a clean play. Peyton Manning's frustrated. Obviously, that doesn't overturn anything, and the Chargers will get a chance on offense for a touchdown. Mike Tolbert for a 3-yard touchdown run to seal the deal for San Diego. A nice run by Mike Tolbert, and as if things couldn't get any worse for Peyton Manning, in the end zone, another pick, this time by Anton Kaysen. This will give the Chargers a huge win. Peyton Manning, his 7th interception in the last 2 games. This is the first time he's thrown this many interceptions in his 13-year career.
And you know, sometimes you have bad games, you have bad weeks. It happens. He'll bounce back from it.
You know, who's going to have a lot of trouble bouncing back this week is Stevie Johnson of the Buffalo Steelers game.
And you just have to feel for this kid. I mean, he's a rookie, and he just had a bad game.
It was a rough game. Let's take a look real quick at the play and what happened. To win it in overtime, we're going to go 40 yards deep here. Stevie Johnson in the end zone drops the ball.
Oh.
That's a heartbreaker. That would have won the Buffalo their game. Let's take a look at it again. He's going to cut past the safety here to clear up the path right into the end zone. All he has to do is hold on to the ball. Like I said, that would have given Buffalo their 3rd consecutive win. Instead, this is their 4th overtime game that the Bills have lost this season. Got a heartbreaker right there. They fall to 2-9. Quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick can't believe it. Here's what he had to say after the game.
You go through that whole game knowing you got a big team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then you got this kid coming up in the NFL, you know, making plays, and all of a sudden, when the biggest play that needs to be made, you don't make it, you know? You feel bad. You're devastated right now.
You gotta feel bad for the kid. I mean, what are you gonna do? It happens. It's a regular season game. He'll be fine.
I mean, 5 drop passes, you know, it's the pros. You got to catch the ball.
Yeah, but he'll be fine. it's just one game.
Going over to the Texans and the Titans now, Arian Foster, 143 yards on the day, 9 catches to give the Texans their first shot since 2004. But the big play here, Andre Johnson and Cortland Finnegan going at it, ripping off each other's helmets and getting in a few clean hits right before the refs and the players will come in and tear them apart. Cortland Finnegan just have started it. Obviously, that was the big play of the game because it was 20-0 Texans, who will, Andre Johnson takes it there.
You know what? He's normally a very calm guy, and
very well respected.
This is a guy that you don't expect this from at all, but at 6'5", 220 pounds plus, that's not a guy that I want coming at me. I mean, that's an intimidating man right there.
And he did apologize to the coaches and his teammates afterwards, but not to Finnegan.
And probably for good reason. They won't be having any friendship anytime soon.
Well, that's going to do it for us. All the highlights in college ball and the NFL right here on The Fans Take. On behalf of Chaz Boulay and myself, Chris Lamungaray, we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week.